Hey, I cleaned your room because Chloe is coming home to give birth.
Hi, Mom. What? When? Why didn't you tell me that?
She didn't text you?
Of course not. You know how we are, right? We literally hate each other. When is she coming, by the way?
Well, now you know. She's coming in like a week or so. Why don't you talk to each other and make up? This could be a great opportunity, you know?
Absolutely not. What benefits do I have if we get along? Nothing.
Maybe she's changed because she's going to be a mother.
I doubt that.
Just to let you know, she's going to stay in your room, okay? I moved your stuff into the smaller room.
Don't touch my stuff without asking me. Why my room? You know it's my favorite room in the house, right?
Your room is close to our room and bathroom, plus has good ventilation. You're going to help me take care of her, right? You're going to be next door.
Oh, so she's going to get the princess treatment? I won't be able to sleep. I bet she'll make me do something all night.
Come on. You're her big sister and a new family member is going to be joining.
So it's annoying how you always favor her over me.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. I think it's going to be a waste talking about it because I have too much to say about that. Anyways, I'm going to head home in a little bit, so do not, I repeat, do not touch any of my stuff. And fine, I'll give up my room because you probably won't listen to me even if I say no. I'll finish cleaning my room when I get home.
Maria, I heard from Mom that you don't want me to come home.
Yeah, because I literally hate you and I'm pissed that you're taking my room. Plus, aren't you still 4 months pregnant? People usually go home during their 3rd trimester, you know.
So what? I can go home if I want to. So excited to get the big room because I'm a princess unlike you who works in a factory. So embarrassing to be related to you.
What's wrong with it? At least I have a full-time job. You only work part-time, so shut your mouth.
Yeah, a job that's a lot cleaner than yours.
But we use our brain and skills.
Who cares about that? Looks matter more than skills.
Are we seriously going to argue about this?
I can argue all day if you want to.
Oh my gosh. I might go bald because of stress. Just tell me when you're going to leave. Then I can think about how to deal with the stress while you're here.
Leave? I'm going to be living there. If you have a problem with that, why don't you leave the house? You're 35. You should be married and have kids. Aren't you embarrassed?
Not at all. There are celebrities who are single and age should not matter.
If I were you, I would start looking for someone.
I'm not you, though.
I'm embarrassed and I don't want to live with you, so I'm going to kick you out when I get there.
Why?
I don't want people to see that we're related and you work at a factory, right? You're probably full of germs, so I don't want you to come near me or my child after I give birth.
Germs? I'm pretty sure there are a lot more germs in this house.
Yeah, whatever. I will sanitize you like hell when I get there. Oh, wait. I don't need to do that because I'm kicking you out. Maybe you should start looking for a new place. I'll live happily here with Mom and Dad for you.
Wow, I thought you changed because you're going to be a mom, but I guess not.
Sorry, but this is me. I can't wait to move in starting next week. Hey, I don't know where you are, but I threw out all your stuff in your room besides your suitcase and the boxes because it was mostly trash and cheap-ass clothes.
What? Without my permission? I told you a million times to not touch my stuff.
You didn't reply, so I thought it was okay. I helped Mom even though I'm pregnant, so please thank me.
I'm at work right now, plus I didn't reply for only 30 minutes. Couldn't you wait?
I usually don't wait because it's a waste of time.
What a bitch! Also, why would I thank you? Do you think that there's an idiot who thanks someone if their stuff gets thrown away without their permission?
I'm pretty sure you should be thanking me because now you don't need to waste your time packing your stuff. What I regret is not tying the garbage bag tightly. I hope the garbage man doesn't catch anything. I also sanitized the hell out of your room.
If he does get something, maybe it's from you because I heard from Mom that you wear the same clothes at least 2 to 3 times per week and do laundry every 10 days.
I'm not dirty and I don't sweat like a pig like you, so it's fine.
Even though you're clean and don't sweat, a lot of germs get on your clothes, so why don't you sanitize yourself also? Don't over-disinfect, though. It's toxic and can put your health at risk. I know this because I sanitize the tools at the factory every day and people warn me about it.
Yeah, whatever. The air will be a lot cleaner and my kid will not end up getting a weird virus.
I warned you, but it seems like you don't care at all.
Yeah, exactly. I don't give a shit. Can you come home and get the hell out of here?
I actually moved out already. I overheard the conversation between you and Mum already, yesterday. That if I don't move my stuff out, the next day you guys will throw it away. I didn't want that to happen. The moving company is going to be there in about 20 minutes to take care of all of my things, so don't worry, I left my house key in the mailbox.
Thank you so much for moving out. Oh, and you heard it? Damn. I wish you didn't because I bought popcorn yesterday and wanted to eat it while seeing your shocked face.
Well, too bad you couldn't see it. Can I say one thing before I move out? You shouldn't talk shit about people's jobs because some people take pride in their jobs like I do. And also you might lose friends because of that.
So what? People like that aren't my real friend anyway.
You must have a really sad life. I feel so bad for you.
Don't, because I have my husband and mom and dad. So, now that you're a stranger, can you leave us alone?
Sure. I'm actually happy to leave because I don't want to be part of this family.
You don't need to act tough. I know you're crying right now.
I'm actually pissed because Mom and Dad also want to kick me out even though I did a lot for them.
That just means that they love me more than you. Sorry, but you could never win against me.
You guys will probably face problems, so good luck with that.
What kind of problems?
You'll see. I'm not going to help you guys because I'm a stranger now, right? I'll cut ties with all of you and start a new life.
Please, go ahead. Don't try to call us if you need help either, okay?
There are only good people around me, so I should be okay.
Where are you? Why aren't you picking up? Mom is calling you also. Are you going to ignore your family?
What family? Didn't you say that I'm a stranger now and have no problem cutting ties? Should I send you that screenshot?
I take that back.
What the hell do you want?
What's happening? The real estate agency just came and said that we're going to get evicted from the house. Mom and Dad are panicking too.
I sold the house, that's why. You guys need to leave within 7 to 10 days, I think. Why are they panicking? They should know that I'm the owner of the house.
Wait, what? I'm so confused right now.
Did I say something confusing? I'm the owner of the house, so I have the right to do whatever I want. So I put the house up for sale as soon as I left. Because why would I continue to live there if I'm not allowed in? If you want to still live there, please pay for it. It's a pretty good amount, though.
I don't believe you. I know you're lying.
Why would I lie about this? If you don't believe me, why don't you ask them?
That's exactly what I'm going to do from now. Mom and Dad are in debt?
A few minutes later. Yes! They spent all of their money on stocks but failed, so you'll be paying for everything if you want to live there because they can't pay even a penny.
Why me? So, you were paying for everything?
Yep. I moved in the house 4 years ago to support them because they had no money and couldn't do anything on their own. So now that I'm gone, it's your responsibility now.
Why didn't they tell me about this?
They probably pretended to be good parents in front of you so that you wouldn't hate them so much because they love you more than me. I mean, I was going to tell you, but you probably won't listen to me, so I didn't.
Oh my god. What should I do?
Why don't you think about that by yourself? Don't you dare ask me for help.
You don't need to be so mean.
Mean? You were mean to me this whole time. Sorry, but can I go now? I'm talking to my fiancé right now about living together.
What? Fiancé? Seriously? Why didn't you tell me?
Why do I need to tell you?
He's probably trash, so dump him and come back.
You're just saying that because you can't pay for the house, right?
To be honest, yes. Because I'm only a part-time worker, so please don't sell this house and come back.
Sorry, but it's too late now, so deal with it by yourself, okay? I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you what I actually do at my job.
Don't you just make things and scrub tools?
Nope. I'm a factory engineer, and I make way more money than you can imagine. This is why I was able to live and pay for that house. Can you make fun of me now?
Look, I'm sorry. I'll apologize, okay? We have nowhere to go.
I know that because your husband, ex-husband now, called me and told me some interesting facts about all of you. So you cheated on him with his best friend and got divorced and kicked out of the house, but since you had no money, you decided to come here, right? Also, the reason Mom and Dad didn't need me anymore was because they were relying on your husband's salary, right? I feel so bad for him.
Hey, I only cheated once and it's because I was sad, so it's his fault. What are you talking about me having no money? I earn money too.
He said you used almost all of it to buy expensive makeup and clothes instead of paying for other payments. He also told me that Mom and Dad asked if it's okay to borrow money to buy stocks yesterday. Wow, I have no words to say right now.
Wait, do Mom and Dad know that I got divorced?
Probably. Even if they don't, they're gonna find out about it. Anyways, you guys need to leave the house soon. You should start looking for places. Good luck with that.
What the hell? We got kicked out of the house!
I told you. Did you find a new place to live?
Yes. Oh, it's a crummy little apartment with only 2 rooms.
Good to hear. Hey, at least it has 2 rooms. Stop complaining.
Maria, we're sisters, right? Aren't sisters supposed to help each other?
Why do I need to help you? You treated me like trash and even kicked me out of my own house and called me a stranger.
Something was up with me at the time. We're in trouble now, so can you help us? Can you buy us a nice apartment? You have money, right?
Absolutely not. Didn't I say that I'm no longer a part of the family and I'm not going to help you?
I don't want to live here!
At least your child is safe from the germs I have, right? I have a feeling that the apartment has some new kind of germs, though. Ew. I don't even want to think about it. But you can live happily with Mom and Dad, like you said, though. Good for you. I started to live in a new apartment with my fiancé since I had money from selling the house and savings. I thought that Chloe's child was innocent and didn't deserve a crappy life, so I sent her some money for support. Mom and Dad ran away somewhere and I lost contact with them, so I decided to forget about them because I really didn't care. Maybe they're somewhere praying for Chloe's birth. Who knows?
Lori, did something happen between you and Joy again? Could you please just leave her alone already? I'm getting really tired of the both of you always getting into your cat fights all the time. I honestly don't get why you're always trying to pick fights with the poor woman. It's like you're being way too overprotective of me or something, right?
Philip, you have it all backwards there. All I'm trying to do is keep you happy.
Then leave my girl alone and let her be happy too. She's already told me once before not to talk to you anymore about all of this. But I can't just start ignoring you now. I would like for all 3 of us to get together as a family, which means you have to start being nice to her so that she doesn't say that to me.
What? Joyce said that to you?
Yes, she did. She would like to get a little bit of distance from you, so she told me to stop talking to you for a while. She doesn't even want me texting with you anymore. If she were to even know about me texting you now, she would be pissed.
She's saying stuff like that now? That girl. She must think that she can get away with anything. Philip, I really don't think that a person like her is good for you to be with all your life. I get that you guys are both married now, so this might be hard to listen to, but I would really like for you to think things through a little bit more about your future with her.
Oh, come on now. You're going to start talking to me about that? Honestly, I'm getting really tired of how overprotective you are of me.
I'm not trying to protect you as your older sister. I know that she is bad news, and I don't want you to give up your entire future for her when she's going to tear it all down at some point. That's the kind of problem you're dealing with right now. She's the kind of girl that thinks she can hide anything from anyone and do whatever she wants without any punishment. So I think you should do something about her now, before it's too late.
Oh, come on already. I'm tired of you always telling me what you think about my relationship with Joy. Just let the two of us be happy with the way things are and go away.
I think it is a very good thing of you to be protective of your wife, Philip. I really do. That is seriously one of the best things anyone can ask for from a husband. But I think you put too much faith into that girl, and that faith is going to stab you in the back someday.
What the hell are you talking about? What are you trying to say about Joy right now? I've already decided that for the rest of my life, I will be with Joy and will never leave her. So you can just shut up and let me love my wife the way I want to. I'm sure it sucks having your sister-in-law hate on you all the time, but I would like for you to stop bugging her and to stop talking to me about how to handle my marriage.
This isn't about that. You have no idea what the problem here is yet because you keep trying to avoid the truth. And the truth revolves around the kind of person that girl of yours really is.
I know who she is, and I know what you're trying to get at here. You probably think that she's nothing but rotten because of that debt she got myself and I into without ever telling me anything before, right? Well, all of that has been taken care of between her and me.
That is not what I'm on about. I mean, I guess that does have something to do with the greater picture in many ways. And when it came to that debt, the only reason it's no longer a problem for you and her is because you went and paid it all off with your own savings, right? I don't like anything about that either.
That's what I'm saying. I knew that's what this was all about. Just leave it be. None of my relationships or my marriage to her has anything to do with you. That was all money I had made myself, and I was 100% okay with giving it up for her to get out of that debt. That wasn't your money I gave to her, so quit your complaining and let us be.
I never said I was complaining about that anymore, though. That is just a piece of the bigger picture that I'm trying to show you right now. There are plenty of other issues about that girl that you need to understand, so the same things don't happen again.
What are you talking about? Are you really that upset about the happiness she and I share? I thought that this marriage to Joy would have brought you the most joy. But just because there was this tiny issue between her and me, you had to come in and blow it all out of proportion. No wonder she can't become close with you now and hates you. I feel so bad for the poor woman.
You're not listening to me, Philip. Come on. If I could have it my way, I would love to grow closer to your wife and become a really good sister-in-law for her. But it's her that chose to start hating me first, and also...
And Joy was trying to become close with you, Lori, but you weren't playing nice with her at all. And every night she stayed up crying, thinking that there would never come a day where you'd accept her as my wife. Joy is a very soft and kind woman, and you came in and destroyed her heart.
I did not. I accept her as your wife, and that's why I never complained about you guys getting married. But I've started to see that you are only seeing the surface of her. She is tricking you right now, okay? I want to tell you the hard truth right now, so would you please just listen to me? I'd like to do it in person, actually, so could you please make time to come and see me?
I'm tired of playing your terrible games, Lori. all you're gonna try to do is make me believe in your lies. I don't want to hear you anymore. I want to do what I want with my wife without some witch trying to ruin everything for us. I was a real idiot for thinking that you would accept the love Joy and I have with one another.
Stop that, Philip. You keep mistaking what I'm saying. I really want for you to be happy, and that requires you to just listen to me. If you just give me a little bit of your time to talk in person, you will begin to see the entire picture.
Do you really think, as Joy's husband, I would want to sit here and listen to you talk crap about her? I already know that you're gonna lie to me. Joy would never do the kinds of things you're gonna tell me.
Just listen to me, Philip. I need to talk to you in person because it's all going to be a very hard pill for you to swallow. So please, give me an hour and I will explain everything to you about her.
Look, I already know that you just want to complain to me some more about my wife and make her look like the bad guy in all of this. You really think I want to see you right now? You're just going to make things worse for everyone here, and I don't want that. Do you really want her and I to break up that badly?
Philip, that is not at all what I want for you to do. Listen and trust what I'm saying as your older sister.
I am never going to leave that woman because she's the only woman I will ever love. So just shut the hell up and go.
Fine, I'll do that then. I'll shut up and stop trying to tell you the truth about her. But just remember that I warned you.
I don't need to hear your baseless warnings anymore, even if you are my older sister. Just stop it with your yapping. Leave Joy and me alone.
I will. Excuse me, Lori. Would you please stop saying the most ridiculous things to my husband for me? Philip is my husband after all, so you should know better than to mess with our marriage. And could you please stop it with your over-attachment to your little brother? I've already told you once to stop talking to him, and I've said the same thing to him as well. I understand that, but that last conversation he and I had, he was the one who messaged me first. That is not what I'm worried about right now. I told you not to talk with him. So even though he may have been the one to message you first, you went and responded to him, which is a big no-no. You're blaming me then? I do happen to be his sister, you know. I would rather you stop telling me what to do when it comes to the relationship he and I have. I know. And I know that you don't accept our marriage to one another. You would love it if he and I got a divorce, right? Listen, Joy, I never said anything about wanting you both to get a divorce. But if I were to want something like that for you both, then that means I have very good reasoning for that. And that is why you're being so cautious around me, right? You want to make sure I don't say anything out of line to Philip about you, right? Huh? There's no way I'm worried about you in that regard. It's not like you have anything to say to him about me, right? Because if you did have something to say to him, which you might have, then you would end everyone's happiness, including your own. And then you'd be ruining any sense of joy your little brother has ever had, right? Hey, you listen here. The only one who's done anything that can rip the joy away from my brother is you. So what do you think you're doing, making it seem as though everything would become my fault? I'm not an idiot, Lori. I'm doing everything I can to make sure these secrets of mine never have to come to light in front of him. So I promise to never hurt him and take away his happiness. If he were to find out, of course his life would be ruined, but that's why I'm not saying anything. Are you kidding me? Why were you even able to stab my brother in the back like that? What you've been doing is worse than anything I have ever seen in my life. And you know that, don't you? Yet you continue to hang on to my brother for some reason, and I have a few guesses as to what those reasons are. If you're going to say that about me, then you're in the same boat, right? You saw what was going on then when we ran into one another. And yet all you did was smile and walk away from me like nothing had ever happened. I know that I didn't say or do anything at the time, but I was in shock at the time and am still very much aware of what was going on there. And as long as I know what you're doing behind his back, I cannot support you being his wife. And that's why I made it pretty clear as to what I want. If you and I put some distance between one another, you'll begin to forget about what happened and everything will be just fine. You'll be able to get back to enjoying your life instead of complaining about someone else's, and Philip and I can get back to being husband and wife. Why would you ask for something like that? Well, so far you haven't spilled the truth to him, right? And the reason for that is because you don't want to hurt him, just like I don't want to hurt him. Honestly, if you say anything to him about what you know, you'll be making yourself look like the villain. Well, whatever your reason is for remaining silent, I am genuinely thankful for it. Joy, you've just made it crystal clear to me that I don't want you guys to remain married. You are not good enough for a man like my brother. Allow me to give it to you straight. Please divorce my brother and get away from our family. Huh? And you just thought that I'd say, sure, okay, to something like that? You've never really cared for him and I getting married, so why should I divorce him now of all times? I'm used to you being a total witch now, so you telling me to divorce him isn't going to change anything. Then that means my prior thoughts as to why you were married to him were correct. You only want him as your husband so that you can use him, right? Now you're just trying to make me look bad. It's because of a woman like me that Philip is able to have the wonderful life that he has now. So please, don't feel as though it's just me getting anything out of this marriage. I'm sure he's happy right now about being married to you, but I know the secrets you have, and I know that you are not the kind of person he thinks you are, and that is making him happy. Why don't you just shut up and leave us youngsters be? Are you calling me old? I already went and made sure Philip blocked your phone number so that you can no longer talk to him. Thank goodness you didn't say anything to him in the last conversation, or else blocking you would have made no difference. And due to the way you handled that discussion with him, he was more than happy to block you. I'm sure things were getting pretty heated then, right? That was a close one. Now, all I have left to do is make sure you never come around us again. You're really going to do that? If you have a problem with what I plan on doing, then how about you and I meet in person and talk about it face to face? I'll make sure in person to show you who the boss is and why you should never get involved in someone else's marriage. Are you trying to threaten me now? Well, whatever, I get what you're saying. If that's the kind of way you want to settle things, then sure, let's meet in person and chat about this.
Yo! What the hell, Lori? Was there really any reason for you to take things this far? I was thinking that today could finally be the day for the three of us to all make up with one another. But now you've shown me what kind of person you really are.
What? Philip? What are you talking about? It's been such a long time since you and I have last talked to one another, right? Didn't you block me a while back?
So you've done this to me because of that? There has to be a limit to your childishness. I can't believe you're even my sister.
What? Wait, seriously? What are you talking about right now? What ended up happening?
Stop playing dumb. We just came to the wedding and there wasn't a seat reserved for Joy or me here. I'm your only brother, your only sibling, and this is how you're going to embarrass me now? You're no longer my sister.
What? Seriously, Philip, what are you talking about? You guys were the ones that replied by saying you couldn't come, right?
What? What do you mean? Wait, are you actually being honest right now about that?
Yes, of course I'm being honest about something like that. That's why you both don't have any seats reserved for you here. I was trying to call and text you even to see why you guys responded by saying you weren't coming, but because you had blocked me, I couldn't get anything from you. So I just assumed you both were being serious and made sure not to make you guys guests here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Does this mean that Joy She told me she replied back to the RSVP on the invitation you sent us.
Well, that's what I kind of assumed would happen. You and her came together to my wedding today, right?
No, actually. Today, Joy ran back to her parents' house because one of them came down with something, so she wanted to be with them. So she couldn't come with me.
Did she make it sound like she had plans of coming to my wedding today?
I was kind of feeling the same way as you. I wondered why she wanted to come to your wedding, but ended up going back to her parents' house because one of them became sick. She's never done that for one of them before. As she was leaving the house, she did say one thing, though, under her breath. Something about how she'd never go to the wedding of someone who bullies her.
I see now.
She told me not to go to your wedding before she stepped out the door. I can kind of understand what she was getting at there, since we did have that whole conflict before with one another. But you're my older sister after all, and I didn't want to miss your wedding of all things. You were there for our wedding, even though you didn't like the idea of me marrying her. So I thought I should go. I knew that staying home would be bad, so I came all the way out here.
So this means that Joy still thinks that you stayed home today and she vanished off to somewhere that might not even be her parents' house?
But she told me she went to her parents' house, so that's where she has to be. Stop trying to make it sound like she'd be going out to have an affair or something right now. You're only making yourself look even more like a bully.
Let me just ask, but what happened 2 weeks ago on Saturday? She ran off to somewhere, didn't she?
What are you asking me now? Saturday, 2 weeks ago? Well, at that time, she told me she had something to do over at her parents' house, so she went back there to meet one of her nephews or something. Why are you asking me about that?
Is that so? Then what about the week before that?
Huh? I don't even remember what happened that week. But I guess she did go back to her parents' place that week as well. She told me she had to go and help her parents with something, I think. Why are you asking me about all those things?
If that's what she's been telling you, then please take a look at these documents I'm about to email you. I wasn't planning to send you any of that just yet, but... Well, you were the one that started talking to me again, so now's my only chance to show you the truth.
What? You're sending me an email right now? I don't think you and I have ever emailed one another before. I just got something from you.
So, I made sure to include attachments to pictures that are evidence to what I know. I'll leave all of that for you to use in whatever way you'd like, Philip.
What the hell is all of this? These all have to be of someone else, right? This one says it was taken 2 weeks ago on that Saturday. Who is Joy with? Why is she holding hands with one of my friends?
I can understand you not even wanting to believe the pictures that I've sent you, but I couldn't just let you go off with her and let her ruin your life. So I hired someone to follow her, and this is what they came up with. That's why you have all those photos and documents to use as evidence of her unfaithfulness to you.
You hired someone to follow her? Why would you do something like that, Lori? I'm sure these are all just photoshopped or something, aren't they? Why would you spend money to do something like this to Joy?
If you're really that worried about those pictures being photoshopped, then send them to someone to be verified.
But why? Was there something suspicious that she was doing? Or could this have been because of how much you hate her?
I do not have the time to go and do all of that for you, even if you're my brother. The reason I hired someone to get the evidence you needed is because back in the day, I ran into her a lot at a few different resorts. And every time I saw her, she was with that friend of yours, holding his hand or cuddling with him in the lobby.
What? You were running into her at hotels?
That was all happening months ago. But every time I was going out, it was with my friends who wanted to stay during those nights where the resorts have insanely good deals. And it seems your wife and friend had the same idea. That's why I was always running into her with your friends there. The first time I saw her was when they were on a couch in the lobby making out, and I wondered how any self-respecting person could do that in a hotel lobby. But when I walked around to get a better look at who was doing it, it was your wife. She really chose the perfect spot to have a fun time with your friend.
What? So things like that were what started this? What did Joy say to you the first time you saw them together?
She started to laugh it all off by saying hi to me and explaining to him that I was a friend of hers. But later on, she confronted me again and threatened me to never ever tell you. She was the kind of girl that would slam her hands into the wall as a show of force. I never thought something like that would be happening.
What? She did that in order to threaten you?
I was in disbelief, and I'm sure you're feeling the same now because you always thought she was this soft and sweet little girl, right? Her looks and her true character are two completely different things, right?
I don't want to believe you.
Well, I'm sure you don't. But here's the thing. It is far too early to be surprised about anything.
What?
There was another time a while back where she threatened me. She started to go on about how she wanted to see me in person so that she could teach me who was boss. I was wondering what she had to say to me when I went out to see her, and there she told me that if I were to ever tell you what I saw, she would crush me and let me bleed out. Luckily, I had my audio recorder on me, and it was set to record when that conversation happened. I'll send you that audio recording right now, by the way.
She said she was going to crush you and then let you bleed out? But you're her husband's family member.
Well, she wasn't bluffing, because not too long after that, she found me coming up some stairs and pushed me with all her body weight down them. I had to be in physical therapy for a month after that, after getting out of the ER.
Huh? That has to be a lie, right?
But what if it's not? Thankfully, that day, the person I hired to follow her was behind us. And so they were able to get photos and video of what she did to me. Which means I now have clear evidence of her pushing me down those stairs and almost killing me. I plan to tell the police about this once my wedding is over with, so that I no longer have to worry about her ruining my special day.
Are you sure? So this means she's really been a monster hiding in human skin?
Well, it's not too late to call her that. But now that you're aware of everything, it is up to you what you decide to do with that evidence. Although I recommend you get away from her now before I have to let the police loose on her.
No way. So you've known this was happening all along and chose to stay quiet?
Well, I was also threatened into staying quiet and later pushed down a flight of stairs. I was also worried that after telling you, you would never be able to get over what you found out. That's why I originally wanted to see you in person to talk about it to your face. I thought that by at least telling you in person, you would have someone to comfort you right away. That's why I tried so hard to get you to come out and listen to me.
So that's what you were trying so hard for.
You've always been the type of person where once you've fallen in love with someone, you become blind to everything else. And I knew just how much you loved her. That's why I wanted to be with you face to face before telling you the whole truth. But you never did give me the chance that I asked for.
So you've been thinking about me all this time. I'm sorry. I said so many horrible things. I'm going to divorce that bitch now.
And as your sister, I 100% agree with that choice. Now, as for this wedding, I'll go ask one of the staff to get you a seat and everything. But beware that after this wedding, I'm going to the police with all the evidence I have and will take Joy down. So please, once this wedding is over, divorce her and we can both send that beast back to hell together. After I had told and shown him everything he needed to know about the true person Joy was, Philip took a moment to cool his head and then came to me asking for forgiveness while apologizing. But when it comes to Joy herself, things ended up a lot different. After having both the police show up at her place to arrest her and having my brother divorce her, she started to text me crying for forgiveness, but that's never going to happen. Once she's taken to court and has to hear from me there, I'll make sure to wring her dry of all the money she has to pay for both my medical bills and the pain she caused me. And after that, while she's spending time in jail for attempted murder, I'll make sure to never see her again. I know that things sure didn't turn out the way she expected, because the only one that ended up with no Joy at all was Joy herself and nobody else. Of course, I had to go through a month of physical therapy and have surgery done on one of my legs, but this outcome was exactly what I had hoped for. And my brother, who I really expected to be destroyed by all of this, wasn't too upset either, because not only did the evidence show that she had no feelings for him, but he came out of the divorce $30,000 richer. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.